Hello, testing, testing. Can people even hear me? The bar on OBS is going up and down, so I think that's a good sign. Hello, hello. Bam, it's a me. I should be popping in any moment. There we go. Hello. How's it going? Good morning, or afternoon, evening, wherever you are. Cool. Hello. We're going to be doing some more leak coding today. Let me share my Chrome window. We're going back to the normal stuff. I think a few days ago we took a big detour. We did a random Google interview question. And then the next day, we switched to a whole new website called Coding Games, which is pretty fun. But we're back on route now. We're back to dynamic programming questions. So what were we doing? We completed longest common subsequence. Did we do word break? Let me see this. What's word break? Return true if S can be segmented into a space-separated sequence of one or more dictionary words. Ah, I see. We did not do this yet. Also, I realized I did not log into Leetcode yet. Give me a moment while I log in. Gotta hide my private information. Variant AI says silo raid. Silo says turn sub-only mode off really quick. Wait, it should be off. I don't turn that on anymore. Is it still on? Uh-oh. How do I even turn it back off? Sub-only mode. Is that really on? Oh, hi. Thanks, Silo, for the raid. I appreciate. How do I turn sub-only off mode? Salo says, I am also streaming right now. Lol was asking my chat to raid your stream. Oh, well, thanks a lot, Silo. I appreciate. What you're gonna witness now is me going back to my homepage and then signing into Leetcode. What a horrible timing when people are just coming in. Give me a minute. I will be right back. Silo did not raid me for or not. Okay, we back. Bam, I just signed in. Oh, hi, Aster. Hello. How are you doing? I was just signing into Leetcode, so I had to use a screen to hide my my screen so you don't see my username or password. Or even how long my password is. Okay. Today's problem is word break, Leetcode 139. Given a string S and a dictionary of strings, word dict, return true if S can be segmented into a space-separated sequence of one or more dictionary words. Okay, note that the same word in the dictionary may be reused multiple times in the segmentation. Okay. Aster says, well, how's you? I'm doing good. Let's see, what's been going on with me? I've been given the biggest project I've ever been given at work. So for context, I'm a real software engineer. Our best software engineer just left the company, so his project is now mine. And boy, is it difficult. I basically have to migrate our entire database to a new format, break it up into more databases, and then get the entire product to work on the new databases. Which is, yep, I have to understand the entire service now, yay. Aster says, I have really shitty internet right now. Ooh. So am I like very choppy for you? But yeah, I'm on the home stretch of the biggest project ever at work. I literally am working that. What does that even mean? Okay, well, Aster is sorting out his internet issues. Eh? Okay. Okay. I think I have an inkling of how to do this problem. So we probably have to iterate from left to right. Like look at every single character of maybe the entire, yeah, iterate from left to right in this giant word, right? And so first we start at L and then we go to E and we're like, okay, is that a dictionary word? No, it's not. Continue. Is that a dictionary word? No, it's not. Continue. And so on until we get to leet and we're like, okay, this is a possible dictionary word. So we have two choices here. One, we can make leet a dictionary word and then continue, right? Or we can be like, no, I don't want to turn leet into a dictionary word. Maybe we have, like, let's say this dictionary contains leets or something, and then we see an S later. Maybe we're like preparing for that scenario or something. So maybe at every time we see a possible dictionary word, we have two choices. We can use that as a dictionary word and then continue, or we can, I guess, continue without making the current word a dictionary word, right? Okay, so how do we do this recursively? Aster says, no, I might just buffer. I'm in a packed subway. Ooh. Oh, you're working right now. Where are you working at? Where are you riding to in a subway? How should I do this? I think there's a couple ways I can do this. On the top of my head, maybe I should store the start index and the end index in these function signatures or something. So in the beginning, I would start at 0, 0. You know what? Maybe I should draw this out. Sumo Paint, where are you? Sumo Paint is my best friend. Online drawing software. Word break. Word break over here. Create. Okay, let me copy an example over here. Apple, pineapple, cats and dog. Okay, this is a really good example. I'm gonna copy this one because it illustrates the branching thing I was talking about. Bam, there we go. IT customer service at home. IT customer service at home. At home? Wait, you work? Wait, why are you on a subway then? If you're IT customer service at home, do you work remotely at home? What does the at home mean? Where are you riding the subway to? Let me get a pen. Pen, okay. So we're given the two strings, right? Oh no, just one string, the S and a word dict. So we're given, I need a new layer. Cool. So initially we're given S, the string, and then let's call this just like the dictionary or something. I have a proposal. I think we should store maybe I and J. Basically, we have two indices. One stores the beginning index and one stores the end index. So initially it would be like 0, 0, right? I don't know what the base cases would be. I'll think about that later. Aster says, yes, I visit others. Oh, so you primarily, your base is at home, but you travel for your IT services physically. Interesting. I didn't know there's a profession like that. Very cool. Okay, here's my plan. At first we start at like f of blah 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 and then 0, 0, right? This is our start state. And then we continually increment j, so it's gonna be like c and then ca, cat, and then we're like, oh, is cat a a dictionary word? Yes, it is over here. So we have two choices. We can either use cat as a dictionary word, or we can continue without using it as a dictionary word. So at this state, we would be currently at f of blah blah and then 0, comma 0, 1, 2, 2. Let's make it inclusive for simplicity. So at this state, we have like cat, right? I guess we can branch off into some stuff. So we can either start at 0, 1, 2, start at 3 again, like that. Yeah, something like that, right? Or we can do function of same input as before, and then 0, comma 3. That's something, right? And then we can see if any of these are returned like valid, dictionary sentences. If any of these two return valid dictionary sentences, then we can return true. Right? Oh, I think I see what the base case is. Aster says, okay, I'm back, just went into a tunnel and everything died. Dang, you're really trying to squeeze as much entertainment as possible on a train ride, huh? I can respect that. Thanks for choosing this stream, by the way. You could have chosen any stream. IT professional chooses to watch little man Leetcode. Okay, what's the base case? Base case is probably if I is out of bounds. Is that the base case? Like, you found... If you manage to make the last... the last whatever segment a word, u ++ 1, and then I is out of bounds, that should be your base case, right? So, alright, base is... I is oob or out of bounds. Best streamer. Wow, thank you, Aster. I appreciate it. Cool. That's the algorithm, right? I'm not confident in this algorithm at all. It just kind of makes sense to me, Base is I out of bounds. Then we return true, right? That means you managed to... Because we only increment I when we find a word from the dictionary, right? That means we succeeded. Else, if j is out of bounds, so if I is not a thing yet and j is out of bounds, meaning you're trying to search for more letters, even though there's more letters, and there wasn't a dictionary word before. Oh, I see. Oh, this is getting kind of messy. I'll just write it here. J out of bounds, Jube, then you return false. Yeah, that's it, right? I feel like that's it. What else could your base cases be? Okay, I think I will start implementing this. That sounds reasonable to me. So we're going to copy this whole shtick here, and we're going to make a helper function, because I don't know how to do bottom-up dynamic programming. I will do recursion first and then memoization later. So we have int I, int j. Very good. Okay, so if I is greater than or equal to s dot length, meaning it's out of bounds, then you return true, because we only increment I when we find a dictionary word, and we made it to the end. And then if j is greater than or equal to s dot length, so if I isn't at the end yet and j is at the end, that means we failed to find a word, so we return false. Yay. Okay, now we have to get the current string from I to j inclusive. So string current substring is equal to s dot substring. How do you get substrings in Java? I comma j plus 1. I remember for substrings, the last index is non-inclusive, right? So we have to do j plus 1. Hold on, let me double check. ChatGPT, my best friend. Java, how to get substring. Substring? Aster says, I don't know shit unless it is C# or JSON, Discord JS, HTML, and just.js. Ooh. Discord JS sounds really fun. I don't know any of those, by the way. Actually, I know a bit of C# because I do a bit of programming in Unity. Discord JS just sounds really cool to learn. Discord JS, because you can do all sorts of things in Discord, right? Discord API. Wait, what stuff have you built in Discord JS? HTML, just.js, just.js, nux.js. The only JavaScript runtime to hit #1. Oh, Next.js. The progressive web framework. Oh, it's a web framework. Interesting. I've never heard of this. The website looks kind of cool though. Create high-quality web applications with Nuxt, the open source framework that makes full stack development with Vue.js initiative. Aster says, I hate JavaScript, lol. I don't know. I have a love-hate relationship with JavaScript too. It's kind of annoying at times, but it's like one of the most, like, if you want to get stuff done, you use JavaScript for web development. There's kind of no getting around it, unfortunately. Everything is JavaScript on the web, or TypeScript. Oh yeah, what about my question to ChatGPT? Substring, start index, end index, and yes, end index is exclusive, so we have to do +1. It's substring, right? Substring, very nice. Okay, now we need to do a check. So if the current substring is in the dictionary, if worddict.contains current substring, then we can make a recursive call. I'm going to call this helper function. Helper. So we can do a recursive call with helper s worddict, and then j plus 1, yeah. I think I should have some sort of bogus value first to store the result of this recursive call. So boolean what? Use. I always just call them use me, don't use me. Use me is equal to false. So by default, we're going to assume that the current word is not a dictionary word or something. Aster says, not gonna lie, TypeScript is easier. Oh, I think TypeScript is easier too, in that there's better support for debugging and auto-completion in IDEs. I don't know why you find it easier, but yeah, just having autocomplete for whatever language you're working in is like automatically makes coding easier. Using chat to make new friends. Oh, is it because the collabs with the... What do we do? Make the dumb out competition? Oh. Oh yeah, we should do a collab sometime again. It's actually been a while since I did the dumb app competition. I couldn't find more people to do coding stuff with. Like, I could find judges, but it's hard to find people who want to make stuff to present on stream, you know? Because, you know, understandably, it takes effort to make something. Yeah. I mean, worst case, I can make my own stuff and then just present it one person Shark Tank, but that sounds kind of less fun, you know? I like the competition aspect of it. Anyways, the price of using me is this. Crimson Moon says you can do something like if substring dot compare string is equal to 0. By the way, it's CPP. Oh, you gave me C# code. So that code, what does it do? If the current substring compared to the string is equal to 0. Oh, I see. You're checking for equality of the current substring and the current string, huh? Current substring. Wait, why would you want to do that though? Oh, wait, is that your base case? Like if the like if the substring is just wait, actually I don't get it. Oh, wait, I get it. If the entire string is just in the dictionary itself, that's a base case. Oh, that's kind of clever. That is like a super base case. Sure, let me do something like, maybe I'll do it in the main function. So if s word dict dot contains s, then you just return freaking true. Easy base case. Yeah, thanks, Crimson. Okay, so use me is equal to helper s. This is assuming that the current word or substring is in the dictionary. The price of using me is helper s, blah blah, j plus 1. And then boolean, no use me. I feel like we come across this a lot, the use me or don't use me sort of pattern is equal to helper. This is the case if you don't use the current substring as a dictionary word. Yeah. And then you return either use me or don't use me or no use me. If either of these are true, then you're good to go. And then over here, you return the helper function s, the word dict, and 0, 0. I kind of am not confident on the implementation, but we will see if it works. We'll probably get some syntax errors. Oh shit, it worked. So sorry for swearing. It worked. I can't believe it worked. Oh. Okay. Well, dang. Wow. First try. I didn't expect this to happen. Wait, how? I mean, I guess my solution is reasonable. I just wasn't too confident on it. Like, surely I missed something, right? Okay, cool. Let's do the actual submission. I'm confident that we're gonna get a time limit exceeded for the longer inputs. Time limit exceeded, come on. And then we're gonna do some memoization, that's the plan. Yeah, see, time limit exceeded. But yeah, the fact that we got all 3 of the low-level test cases is pretty funny. First try. Oh. Okay, what's the... Wait, what is this case? It literally is just a bunch of A's and a B. Okay, so I think we can do some memoization. Oh, yeah, this thing is really slow, right? Because you have a bunch of choices, and every single A you can branch off into another choice. And then you might repeat some cases too. Yeah, so let's do some memoization. We can probably do a 2D array. Yeah, 2D array that stores each combination of I, J, because these are the only things that are changing. And then once we calculate any combination of I, J, we store it into the cache. And then we add a new base case that's like, okay, if we've seen this combination of ij before in the cache, we can automatically just return what's in the cache. Yeah. All right, that's the plan. Let's go. Okay, so new cache here. Let's make it a 2D array called cache. Let's make the out of bounds checks first. I feel like that's smart. And then we'll go to the cache. So if, hold on, nothing will be out of bounds by the time we reach the cache, right? We made sure that neither I or j is out of bounds to the right, and I and j can only increase, right? We're only incrementing them by 1 every time. There's no decreasing them, so there's no way that I and j could be less than 0. Okay, yes. So let's make the cache check. So if cache I and j is not equal to -1, I'm just gonna make -1 my bogus value for the cache in the beginning. So if the cache check is not a bogus value, then you just return cache I j. Oh, Crimson says string greater than or equal to 0. Word fits inside the string dot can break. Wait, what? The prefix before this word can already be segmented. Holy, what does this even mean? I don't understand all this. The substring at this position matches the word. Wait, st? What's st? St is greater than or equal to 0. Word fits inside the string dot can break. Yeah, you're kind of losing me there. You might have to write it in a more understandable way, sorry. Okay, I'm gonna go back to my caching though. Wait, let me put it in simple words. Sure, go ahead. Result is equal to... Okay, so I'm gonna store my intermediate result over here. And then I can return my result. But then even before I return it, I can be like, asterisk is magic. Yeah, what he typed was just magic to me. Yeah, sorting the cache, right? Cache I j is equal to result. And then up here, we need to initialize our 2D array. So int cache is equal to new int ij, right? Ij is just 0 to s.length, s.length, s.length. And then we pass it into here, the cache. Oh, I need to fill it with bogus values too. Crimson says if the word fits the part before it is valid, if the word fits the part before it is valid, and this part matches the word, then the whole substring up to I is valid. Ah, I see. So if the current substring is... Oh, I see what you're doing. So if my current substring is in the dictionary and the rest of the string is in the dictionary, then you return true, basically. I like that. Is that better than what I'm doing? That's like a really quick check you can indeed do. Is it kind of overkill for what I'm doing though? I feel like yeah, I actually kind of like that. If my current solution doesn't work, I might try yours. Thanks for the suggestion. Yeah, I guess I don't immediately check if the remainder is a valid word. I just do j plus 1, and then still incrementally increment j. Yeah. That is a quick check though. Maybe a optimization I can do later. Okay, so for every int array row in the cache, I set the bogus values to 1, so arrays.fill. Is it arrays.fill? I think it's arrays.fill. The row with just -1s. I populate the cache over here. I also need to populate it in the helper functions. Helper function. Is this gonna work? Compile error. Oh, great. Oh, it's because I forgot my parentheses. The strings have parentheses. Right, arrays don't have parentheses when they do .length, but strings do. Go figure. Compile error. Return cache ij. Int cannot be converted to boolean. Oh, wait, that is true. My array should be a boolean, huh? Oh, wait. How do I do this? So I cannot make the cache a boolean type because I need to store 3 states. One is we haven't gotten to it yet, and one is true and false. Maybe int is the best solution for this. Yeah, maybe int is the best solution for this. Is it possible to convert a... Can I just put 1 for true and 0 for false, maybe? Return cache ij. Java, convert 1 to true and 0 to false. Is there a quick way to do that? Like, can you cast it? Boolean result is equal to... Oh, number is equal to 1. Crimson says, dude, Java is tough. I prefer C++. Wait, really? But C++ has like memory management, doesn't it? And it's also typed as well. And there's pointers. At least I think there's pointers. So I can do equals to 1, right? And then I'll set it... Yeah, okay. Sure. And then I gotta be careful in the results here. Cache ij is equal to... Result equals to... So if result, then put 1, else put 0. Can you do this ternary thing in Java? Let me ask ChatGPT. I don't even know if this expression is legal in Java. Is this expression... Is this syntax legal in Java? Yes, that's perfectly legal syntax. Okay. Condition, false of true, value of false. Okay. So cache ij. So if the result is true, then we put 1. Else we put 0. Okay. Let's go, it worked. Submit this boy. Hey, we're on the board now. Let's go. We got 42%. All right, I'll take it. I've basically given up on trying to be the fastest when it comes to these dynamic programming questions. As long as I'm on the board, I'm happy. Because being in the top percentages requires you to do maybe bottom-up dynamic programming without opening recursion frames by using iteration, and that's just hard for me to think about. I prefer recursion with memoization. Yeah. Huh. Well, that's that problem. Oh, by the way, at work today, my coworker showed me pictures of Glacier Park. I think he went to Glacier Park over the weekend. What the heck is Glacier Park? Glacier Park. Glacier National Park. Yeah. The pictures he showed me, it almost looked like he just stole pictures off of Getty Images and then showed it to us. It was really pretty. I think it was Glacier Park, this place. Yeah. Apparently there's so little pollution there that if you look into the night sky at night, you actually see like legit stars. Like it looks like you're in outer space. It's really cool. I was like, surely he was photoshopping those. No, it's the real picture. Crimson says, yes, it's DP. If only I could go. Do you actually want to go to Glacier Park? I like looking at the pictures, but I'm not really a outdoors person. I think looking at pictures is sufficient for me. I don't really like going outside in general. But that's just me. I was impressed enough by the pictures. Are you guys outdoors people? Do you like going outside? I'm more of a indoors person. My ideal vacation is just sleeping 24/7 in bed. Sounds really nice. Long that I want to see. Glacier Park sky. Yeah, he showed me something like this. Like at night, you can actually see the stars because there's so little pollution there. The sky isn't covered with haze or anything. I think these pictures might be a bit exaggerated. Like maybe this one was more akin to what he showed me, or maybe this one. Yeah, it did not look real, the picture he showed me. Like it straight up looked like a Getty image picture. Master says, sometimes indoors and being in bed is awesome. Yeah, it is. I do like short walks outside though. Short walks are nice, and then you just immediately go back inside. Because too much outdoors is too much. Wow. This problem was like, there was surprisingly very little struggle for me in this problem. I was expecting more of a struggle. Okay. Word break problem, combination sum, and then next up we have the house robber problem. I remember really enjoying the house robber questions. They're like really fun, and the concept is really funny, robbing houses. Yes, we're gonna code a simulation on how to rob houses, in case your criteria for which houses to rob is really strict or something. Okay, we might not have time to do this today, but we can at least preview combination sum. This is combination sum 4, and it's a medium problem. Oh, great. What was this one? This was a medium problem too. Okay. So there's still hope that it's going to be okay-ish. Okay, what is this? Given an array of distinct integers nums and a target integer target. Okay, I'm already confused. Given an array of distinct integers nums, okay, and a target integer target, return the number of possible combinations that add up to target. The test cases are generated so that the answer can fit in a 32-bit integer. Oh, okay. Oh no, you can reuse numbers too. The possible combination ways are 111, 112. Oh, great, 121, 13. Okay, but the way they're kind of listing out the order of the answers is kind of giving us a hint, right? So I guess how you branch off in your recursive frames is you start off with 1. Well, you kind of just iterate left to right, right? Wait, actually? Yeah, you kind of iterate left to right, right? And then for each number, you just try to add, you branch off. Maybe I should draw this out. I don't know how to explain this. You basically take every number and you branch off using every other number too, right? That feels pretty brute force, but maybe you can do some memorization and make it more efficient too. I don't know. Give me a brush again. So the example is 1, 2, 3, right? So you would take 1, and then 2, then 3. And then for the branches, you'll be like, okay, 1, 2, 3. What happens if I add either of these, you know? 1, 2, 3. Add again. And then likewise, branch off and add 1, 2, 3. And then for each sub branch, you also add 1, 2, 3. Yeah. And what's the base case? So if you're greater than your target already, I guess you have to track your sums somehow in the function signature, right? If you're greater than your target, then return 0. So the goal is to return the number of possible combinations that add up to target. Okay, so this is like 0 ways, right? That means you have not found a way to add up to the target. If it's equal to the target, then you return 1. Return 1, that means you found one way to get to the target. And if it's less than the target, then you continue with your base cases, right? Which are these things over here. Yeah, that's the solution, right? That's totally the solution. Oh, so you track your current sum in the function signature, and then you cache based on the current sum. Oh, I see. Huh. Yeah, that's a solution, isn't it? So our helper function will need to track the current sum. Are we going to be able to implement this today? I feel like we might be able to. Am I missing something? This solution feels a bit too easy to be a medium problem. Let me read more examples. So nums is 9, target is 3, output is 0. Sure, okay. You know what? I'm going to try this. We might have a chance to finish this today. So the helper function, let's call this the helper function, the target, and then we're going to have another variable to store the current sum. I'm just going to call this current sum. Yeah, and then as discussed, if our current sum is greater than the target, then you return 0 because you found 0 ways to get to the target. And if the current sum is equal to the target, you return 1 because you found one way to get to the target. And then if you're less than the target, that means you have to try adding numbers. Time to recurse and add numbers. So for every single int num in nums, you make a recursive call. So you do the little helper nums, the target remains the same. And then current sum plus num. Yeah, that's it, right? Maybe you can have int ways is equal to 0. That stores, so this is a variable that stores how many ways you can get to the target sum where you're currently at your current sum. Yeah, so we can just do a little ways plus equals helper with that. Yeah, that should be it, right? And then in the end, we return ways. And then in the main function, we'll do helper, return nums, target, and everyone starts somewhere at 0. Run this boy. Missing return statement. Oh, yes. Well, there we go. We have it. Okay. Let's submit this. And then it's going to give us time limit exceeded. And then we're going to have to do some memoization. Yeah, time limit exceeded. We're almost there, though. We have 10 out of the 17 test cases passed. Okay, it's time to do some memoization. We can just use what can we use? A hash map for this, right? The key is the current sum. Actually, we can use a array, right? That stores 0 to the current sum. Or like 0 through the target. That's how many indices it has. Target. It says target is less than 1,000, right? So that's Yeah, and arrays are usually slightly more efficient than hash maps. And target is kind of limited in length, so I think it's a good option. So int cache. Oh, we love caching. We meet again. Okay, so first let's make sure current sum is, I guess this is our way of making sure current sum is not out of bounds, right? And then over here we can add a new case that says if the cache of current sum is not equal to -1. I'm going to use -1 as a bogus value again. I always do that. Then you return cache current sum. In the end here, before you return ways, we need to sort in the cache. So cache current sum is equal to ways, and then you return ways. Yeah. And then up here we need to initialize our cache. So int cache is equal to new int width size target. And we have to fill it with bogus values arrays.fill cache with -1. We pass the cache into the helper function. Likewise over here, we pass it into the helper function. Very nice. Am I missing anything? I feel like that's all I have to do right now. Let's run this boy. Wow, it worked. Submit. Whoa! 100% accuracy. Let's go. Well, it's more like I beat 100%, not 100% accuracy. Cool. Wow, today is a good day for recursion. I feel like I kind of sped through the last two problems, relatively speaking to what I usually do. Wow, this is exciting. So, I guess next time we'll actually try the house robber questions. Yeah. Yeah, this was a nice stream. I didn't have too much problems with the two problems I was doing today. This is pretty nice. Cool. Also, I don't know who else is here but yeah, what did I want to say? Oh yeah, in some previous streams I mentioned that I was trying to achieve a stupid goal of dunking a basketball, right? I was playing basketball with some friends recently. I found out that I was like not that far away from touching the hoop. On the shorter high school rims, I'm like maybe 3 to 4 inches away from touching the rim. So I started doing jump squats every day. Yeah, I think my vertical has increased by another inch. Yeah, so at work, oftentimes when I get too frustrated or too stressed, I would go outside and take a walk. And in my walking route at work, there's this house. And in the driveway of this house, there's a basketball hoop. So every time I pass that house, I would just try to jump and touch their net or their hoop like 3 times. And okay, I started doing this even before I tried to like intentionally improve my vertical, but I swear ever since I started work there, my vertical has increased by like 3 inches or something. Just by me taking walks and passing by that house every day and just jumping. I feel like that house's hoop is like extra high for some reason. When I first started there at work, I could barely touch their net. So now I can touch like a little above 2/3 of the net above. I'm just gonna draw my dunking progress, I mean. So if this is the hoop, right? And this is the basket underneath. Totally forgot how basketball hoops work, oh well. Anyways, So when I started work, I could get up to maybe here. Now I can get up to a bit above 2/3, so here. That's how much my vertical has increased ever since starting work. And remember, I only take these walks if I get too frustrated at work and I need a break. So you can imagine how stressful my work is. Dude, imagine eventually, imagine like, I don't know, before I leave this place, I learn how to dunk. That would be such a testament to how stressful this place is. For every, it's like that saying, like for every, I don't know, what's that saying? Like, people put nickels into jars for every time something happens, right? If I had a nickel, oh yeah, that's a saying. If I had a nickel for every time I get stressed at work, I would be a billionaire, something like that. This one is, if I jump 3 times, every time I get stressed at work, I'll be able to dunk a basketball in 2 years, something like that. But yeah, ever since I started jump squatting, I feel like my vertical has increased another inch, so I'm up to here now. Or maybe, like before I started jump squatting, my vertical was here, and then afterwards, it kind of sped up a little bit, so it got me to here. Yeah. I feel like to dunk, you need to, like, it's not sufficient just to be able to touch the rim over here. You need to be able to touch it, like, here, because you have to account for the height of the ball, too, to, like, dunk it in. So, like, this is your hand. What a crappy hand. Yeah, you kind of need to add the height of the ball, too, right? Dang it. Yeah, so it's going to be hard. It's going to be really hard. I have to add, like, 2 feet of height. I still need 2 feet. Or maybe 1.5 feet. How tall is a basketball? Basketball height. Basketball. Not the hoop. How wide is a basketball? Maybe that's a better question. Basketball 10 inches, 29 inches. Oh. Standard basketball is approximately 9.5 inches in diameter. Oh, okay. So maybe I have to add like a little more than a foot of vertical. Yeah, it's gonna be hard. I'm not even that tall to begin with. I'm like 5'9" or 10. So I already feel like I'm reaching my limits. Like there's no way a guy like me can increase his vertical that much, right? But oh well, maybe I can just learn to touch the rim and then pretend to dunk. Some people do that too. Like they sort of, what do you call those? Float the ball in and then touch the rim with their hands. That's kind of cool too. Yeah. Okay, well, next time we're gonna try the house robber problems. I remember these were fun problems. And then jump game, whatever that is. And then after dynamic programming, we're gonna move on to the graph. Excuse me, the graph problems. Cool. Yeah, lots of things to look forward to. House robber questions, graph problems, potentially me touching the brim or dunking a basketball, who knows? That'll probably never happen, but hey, I can dream, right? Okay, well, I think that's it for this stream then. Thank you, Silo, for unofficially rating me. Can I rate Silo? Hold on. Can I rate Silo with my 2 viewers? How do I raid? I don't know how to raid. Share? Stream health? Yeah, I don't know where the raid button is, oh no. Okay, everybody just go to Silo stream. Silo, I'll show you Silo's channel and you can go to his channel. I don't know how to raid. Silo, where the heck is Silo? Not this Silo. Oh, Silo. Yeah, go check out Silo. He's pretty cool. He does coding streams too. What is he doing? Silo is live doing data science. Ooh. He's doing SVD, and PCA, which is the algorithm that I completely forgot. I just know it has something to do with linear algebra. Alright, yeah, go check him out. He's a nice dude. Alright, I'm gonna end the stream here. Bye guys. Hope you have a good day. See ya.